Join me in an adventure to train and run 26.2 miles. That's right, y'all. I'm about to tackle my first full marathon in Disney in January of 2025. So if you're ready, grab your shoes and let's go.
Probably about a year since I've been out on the trail. Today is day 1 out on the trail. Long run of 7 miles. Let's go. About 1 mile in to my 7-mile long run. It's a hot one, y'all, but we're out there getting it done. Let's go. That's my view, y'all. I love it. It's so hot. I'm like dripping in sweat. So trying to take it easy. Alright, 3 miles in, running about a 15-minute mile pace just due to the humidity. So, alright. Three and a half miles in. Think I'm gonna cut this down to a 6-mile race since it's so hot and I don't want to injure myself or pass out. So I think that's the plan. Smile. Let's finish this up. Alright. I went out to the Swamp Rabbit Trail and I did 6 miles. It was supposed to be 7, but the heat and humidity were not going to allow for that. It was pretty miserable. I had just enough water to last me the 6 miles, and I ended up walking the last half a mile. And so I think even if I wasn't running out of time because I'm on a time crunch, that I still wouldn't have been able to do the 7 miles just because I wasn't going to want to push it. I got really cold after my run, and I
was like excessively sweating, which I think you do right before you stop sweating and get heat stroke. So I wasn't going to mess around with that. So 6 miles it was. And it was a slow 6 miles. I averaged about a 15-minute mile for every mile. But I'd rather stay safe and healthy and make it to marathon weekend than end up in the emergency room because I had heat stroke or I got an injury. So I cannot wait for fall training. Bring on the cooler weather. Alright, happy Monday everyone, and welcome to week 7 of marathon training. So I'm sorry I didn't film much on this run. I just really wanted to focus on it. It was only a 30-minute base run, and I'm just trying to stay consistent, even with like my walk breaks. So I didn't want to have to take the camera out. That really tends to slow me up a lot. So overall, great run. Still hot, but today we at least had a nice little breeze going. So alright y'all, I just got back from my maintenance run of 30 minutes. I did do an additional 15-minute walk. I just wanted to be able to get 45 minutes under my belt. But this run went so amazingly well. As you know, Saturday's long run of 7 miles did not go very well. We dropped it down to 6 miles. My paces sucked, and I was definitely on the verge of heat stroke. So I definitely needed today's run. I feel so happy because I was just feeling so defeated. It is so hard to train for a marathon, but I feel like it's even harder to train for a marathon when you live in the South and in the middle of summer. It's brutal. I'm sure many of you can agree that the temps this summer have just been ridiculous, but I got it done. I didn't want to take my camera out because I really just wanted to focus on this run. I'm trying to stay more consistent in my paces, especially like when it comes to my walk breaks. I tend to slow way down, and taking the phone out to record just really slows me up. So it proved to work because my pace for mile 1 was a 14:31, and my pace for mile 2 was a 13:56. So I will take it. I am very happy with that. I'll be very curious to know what my paces are come fall. I mean, what's the saying? Summer training leads to fall PRs. I hope that's the case. So, all right. I'm gonna stretch, maybe get a hot bath, and eat some carbs. All right, let me know how your training's going. All right, bye y'all. Happy Monday. I just pulled up to the gym. We're about to head in and get in some strength training, but I just wanted to pop on and chat a little bit. Today we took a little family trip to Lake Lure in North Carolina, and we did the boat tour. So it takes you on a tour of the lake, tells you all about the history,
of the homes and shows you where Last of the Mohican and Dirty Dancing were filmed. So if you're a Dirty Dancing fan, I highly suggest doing the Lake Fleur boat tour. But a really great family day, and we went to the Lake House restaurant, which was phenomenal. So if you are ever traveling in the North Carolina area, I would definitely check it out. They also have Chimney Rock that you can go ahead and climb. Just a really beautiful destination. So, all right, well, we're about to get in here and get this workout done, and I will put some footage of our little day trip today. All right, stay tuned, y'all.
Thank you.
Wooden gymnasium, and the movie company took it over and converted that into the banquet hall that they did all the final dance scenes and all the banquets and the camp meetings that they had.
Nice.
And we're going to go just a little bit further forward because I got an even better surprise for you. They're replacing the roof on the house over there. Now looking further back to your left, back in the back of the cove, and we're going to see a set of white Adirondack chairs on a little gray dock back in the back of the cove. See those white chairs back on that gray dock? Well, right there in the water in front of that is where Johnny and Baby did the famous lip scenes for the movie. Now, when they filmed the movie, it was done in the middle of November in Nathan Island. That's exactly right. Well, Dr. Morris left that day and went back home, and he ran an ad in the local paper. Said he would pay $50 to anyone who could come up with a way to get rid of the snakes off the island. And a young farmer in his 20s answered the ad, said, Dr. Morris, I can get rid of those snakes with no problem. Well, he and Dr. Morris loaded 5 little piglets in the rowboat, and they released them on the island right there. Well, you may or may not be aware that pigs are impervious to poisonous snake bites. Will not hurt them whatsoever. They will actually stomp the snakes to death and eat them because it is a delicacy of theirs. So they released the 5 little pigs on the island. Dr. Morris came back about a year later, and all the snakes were gone. So of course he had to rename the island. What do you think he named it?
Pig
Pig Island. That's exactly right. Well, he went exploring all over the island, looking at everything, and realized a little while later that he had another slight problem. What had been originally 5 little piglets were now 13 hogs that weighed 200 to 400 pounds apiece. And you just can't load them in a rowboat and take them to shore because they won't behave. And that ultimately led to the largest barbecue that this Lake Lure has ever seen right there on that island. And they later changed the name of the island from Pig Island. They call it Yacht Island now.
Yacht Island?
Yeah, because a lot of the homeowners, they didn't like being called Pig Islanders. And I can't blame them. concept called sleeping lady in a blanket. But what we want to do is we want to focus all the way over on the far left here at that very first ridge.
Yeah.
Now she is actually laying on her side and she's facing us. So the very first ridge you're going to see, that would be her pillow. And right to the right of that, you can actually see her head and face resting on the pillow. Then the next ridge further to the right, that would be her left shoulder, as well as you can actually see her left arm and hand sticking down in that rock formation.
Right there,
And then the very next ridge, that would be her hip right there.
Yeah.
Can everybody see that okay?
Yeah.
Well, she has taken beauty rest to an extreme. She has actually been sleeping for 535 million years. But that is actually called sleeping lady in a blanket up there.